Imagine placing a mysterious solid into a glowing red-hot ancient clay crucible. You would naturally expect the intense heat to melt it into a liquid or burn it down to black ash. But this material does neither. It rapidly shrinks, transforming directly into a ghostly vapor that rises upward and vanishes completely into the air. In the 8th century, scholars cataloged the physical world purely by what they could perceive. Materials were grouped by their color, their weight, and their visible state as a liquid or solid. Within that rigid framework, a substance that bypassed melting entirely to disappear into thin air appeared to break the established rules of physical reality. This anomaly created a significant problem for early natural philosophers. If a material refuses to follow the basic rules of the things around it, its classification becomes impossible.
In Baghdad, Jabir ibn Hayyan searched for a physical explanation, refusing to accept mystical folklore as an answer for why matter seemed to vanish. He approached the problem through repeated observation, using specialized equipment, like the interconnected copper chambers of the alembic distillation apparatus, to safely trap and study these escaping vapors. By relying on structured physical observation rather than ancient assumptions, Jabir began to dismantle alchemy's reliance on mere appearance. Jabir subjected a massive variety of materials to extreme heat, searching for other substances that shared this vanishing trait. He tested camphor, a hard, white, fragrant block that released sweet-smelling vapors. He tested ammonium compounds, watching as pungent powders broke down and dispersed into invisible gases. He even tested mercury. Though it was a heavy, liquid silver metal, it released a slow, toxic vapor when placed over a fire. Visually, these substances have nothing in common. Yet Jabir identified an identical behavioral truth. When stressed by heat, they all convert into an upward-moving vapor. Because these specific materials escaped their physical bodies and rose into the sky, Jabir grouped them into a new category he called spirits. Jabir meticulously documented these shared traits in writing, anchoring his observations in a formal record for future scholars. This was a new way to organize the natural world. Jabir created a taxonomy based on how things react, ignoring how they look. Defining spirits by their physical behavior provided the criteria for separating organized experimental science from the heavy mysticism of early alchemy. While modern science no longer uses the term spirits, laboratories today still rely on Jabir's exact behavioral grouping. The modern scientific equivalent of a spirit is a volatile material. Volatility is a substance's tendency to vaporize. When heat energy hits a solid crystalline lattice, surface molecules break their bonds and detach upward. Escaping molecules create a mechanical force called vapor pressure. Higher vapor pressure means the material vanishes more readily. Modern chemistry uses this mechanical explanation of vapor pressure to describe the exact physical phenomenon Jabir identified 12 centuries ago. Jabir ibn Hayyan moved alchemy from a discipline of superficial observations toward an experimental science driven by empirical data. Moving toward a rigorous science required a shift in perspective, testing how the universe behaves rather than judging its surface appearance.